We should just start with that. Just start with cute dog face. Oh no. Oh no. I'm gonna bite you. He go. The way you kind of just toss him around. Oh my god.
Like a ragdoll.
This is how we're starting the video, guys.
He's a baby.
He looks real comfortable. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
It's Matt.
And Rebekah.
We're doing another live action video.
Yay.
Last one we did was...
But you're so glad.
Last one we did was...
dumb idiot faces.
Oh, well, speak for yourself. Anyway.
Fair.
Remember, okay, last time we did this was our Skyward Sword apology video.
Does that count?
Sure.
Sorta.
It's our dumb faces.
Yeah. Before that, it was Monster Hunter.
Yeah, Manstorb. Anyway,
no, it was Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Which we also just watched.
Ooh, the new trailer.
The Iceborne reveal.
Winter is coming.
Very excited.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I've got. I have not played that game since the last time you and I played.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute, huh?
You remember Animorphs?
I do.
Yeah.
I used to be a big fan of Animorphs back in the day, actually.
Yeah.
I read
That's what we're talking about. Is
a
Animorphs.
number of the books. Couldn't tell you shit. Like, there are things from my childhood that I'm like, I was a fan of that, and the information's gone. Now, I probably do remember a little more of Animorphs than I do those other things, but
yeah.
It probably also didn't help that I read a lot of the books, but I definitely read them out of order, so like...
Oh, man, see, that kills me, because I was reading them from, like...
Which, to be fair, you kind of could read them out of order. There were definitely things that you would be like, I don't know what this is referenced to, but, like, they were also their own stories.
Right, they were pretty self-contained, all things considered. I remember... Because I remember reading them from day one. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't remember how I saw it, but I remember being intrigued by the cover. First of all, it said Animorphs, and as a Power Rangers kid, I was like, what's this about?
Interesting.
And
it had those horrifying covers.
Yeah, they were pretty bad. We'll get to some real horror.
There's a video online that actually talks about how those were made. It's really interesting.
Oh, really? Oh, we'll have to look that up then.
Yeah, I'll try to remember to put it somewhere in the show notes or something, but it's basically talking about the computer program that was used, because there's a computer program that was called, like, Morph It or some bullshit like that.
Oh my god.
And basically, the artist would take... And the whole thing is that you take one photo and you take another photo and you trace around what you want to morph.
Really?
And what you want to morph it into.
And it'll trace where the eyes are and...
If you specifically point out, like, this
oh, gotcha. Okay. Neat.
It's very rudimentary, but, like, it's not that great. But the artist was like, yeah, I took that and made the morphs, and then I painted over them.
I guess you would have to, yeah. I mean, I think that's what kind of...
It's like, it gave him the base of those.
I'm just trying to remember, like, what beyond the name drew me to it, because that was back when they used to have the Scholastic book fairs, and you used to, like...
Let's be honest, those were the best books at the Scholastic book fairs.
Yeah, every now and then you get a little gem, but... You get some Goosebumps.
Some Goosebumps were good.
Yeah, or some R.L. Stine.
I mean, it's just like, those covers grab you. The name grabs you, the cover grabs you, and then you read the back of the book, and it's like, fucking aliens and children that turn into animals? Cool.
Yeah,
yeah,
this is up my alley. I'm on the cusp of puberty. Like, I'm down for this.
I mean, I was in, like, 3rd grade.
Yeah, you were... I keep forgetting that you are considerably younger than me.
Yeah, you're an old man.
I am. Gonna die. Yeah, but as we were talking about it, we were just starting to remember stuff like, oh man, remember Andalites? Remember the Yerks? Remember the Pork Bajur?
No.
Why not?
I don't remember those.
You don't remember the Pork Bajur? We literally started... Okay.
I mean, I remember now that we've talked about it, but like...
But at the time...
At the time, it was like, no, I don't. No.
So, yeah.
Information's gone.
They were surprisingly, I don't want to say mature, but they dealt with heavier subjects.
For their age group, they were surprisingly mature.
Well, they actually dealt with stuff like, kind of like PTSD and...
PTSD, they dealt with death, they dealt with, like...
Yeah, it was not a book, like, not everyone got out of that book okay.
No.
No.
Like, I think the one that sticks with me most was one of the prequel books.
Like the ones that are set on the alien worlds?
Sorta. I don't remember everything, but, like, it seemed like a completely branched off story that took place in the universe until like the very end, and you realize it's an origin story for one of the characters.
Oh, I do remember this one. I remember hearing about this one.
It's very depressing.
So I actually started, yeah, of course, I actually started listening to a podcast called, I think it's called Morph Club.
Nice.
And they're rereading all the books.
I need to give that one a listen.
It's pretty cute.
Because we joked at one time that we're like, we should start reading all the books again, and then I was like, oh wait, nope. Podcast has already done that, and they've done it probably 10 times better than we could ever do.
Well, yeah. Well, that podcast did a really good job of like kind of they're tracing where the characters are going because they've already read them, so they remember them pretty well. So they're like, here's Jake, the leader. Here's where he's sort of.
Where he starts and
he sort of has to become one of the more ruthless characters.
Yeah. Because
he's having to deal with all this high level shit and having to make.
Even though they're like 14.
They're pretty young. Yeah. Younger than.
They are no older than 15.
Right, which was.
I think they're more like 13, 14.
They're very young.
Maybe 12 at the very start.
I think they're junior high, aren't they?
Something like that. That would be that age group. Yeah.
I mean, that was when I was reading them. That's why I identified with them so much. Because I was like, And I was like just barely younger than them, I think. Yeah, and I felt like that was sort of it was sort of what you graduated to after Power Rangers for a lot of kids. Was, not to say that like I ever stopped watching Power Rangers, but more that like, again, it was a little more, Power Rangers, as much as I love it, it's still goofy, and it's still like kind of got that Sentai leftover quality to it, where it's never really gonna be as good or coherent as the Sentai. And in very rare cases, they'll actually they'll actually make a really good Power Ranger season. But Animorphs was like from beginning to end, this was a cohesive vision.
Yeah.
And with only a couple times apparently were they ever ghostwritten or co-written by something else, like just because, what's her name? Kay Applegate? Yeah, Applegate. She was just cranking them out.
Yeah. Like she had that shit on lockdown. She knew that story.
Yeah, and hey, great for her,
apparently she's a pretty cool person.
Oh, like, isn't that nice to hear?
I saw like a post somewhere that was like, hey, you know what authors is still cool? Kay Applegate.
Oh.
Still a good person. Hasn't said some weird bullshit.
Rebekah, but
hasn't popped off on Twitter about anything weird yet. So
but I'm so confused about my sexuality. J.K. Rowling hasn't told me what it is.
J.K. Rowling hasn't assigned it yet.
God, it's so weird. It's so weird. I mean, I found out recently about there were these YA, not YA, but they were like YA Godzilla novels when I was a kid that were written by Mark Saraceni, and I really like those books, and I still go back and I thumb through them every now and then because they're fun, they're cool, and they're globe-trotting monster adventures usually with teenagers, and then I sort of found out that apparently Mark Saraceni swung super hard right at a certain point, and I'm like,
it's not good.
Nope. Anyway,
Anywho.
Of course, on top of the books, there was the TV show.
Yeah, I remember that was actually a really big deal when that came out, because I was super into the books at the time.
Right.
I had two friends. I went to church like a lot when I was a little kid.
So strange to me, but I guess I did too. So
yeah, I'm a fucking heathen now. So like weird, right?
Hell yeah.
But no, I grew up in a very Christian household, and so we went to church all the time. So like half of my friends were church friends.
Sure.
And the like two boys that I hung out with all the time were also super into it. So like this was a huge fucking deal.
Right. It's like, oh my god, it's the show.
Yeah.
So, and I just remembered like,
which like looking back now, it's kind of like how weird that series got big enough to get like a Nickelodeon show.
A Nickelodeon show, a live action show, wasn't even animated.
No.
It was like this, it was like a prototype for a CW show in a weird way. Like it still kind of dealt with a lot of the headier stuff of the books.
Yeah.
Not like one-to-one. They definitely had to change stuff based on their budget.
Well, they had to shorten them for sure, because like, I guess the couple of episodes that it aired covered the first book? Did it cover the second book?
The first? No, I think that first episode covered the majority. I'm trying to remember everything that happened in the first book. I think they attempted to mount a rescue mission at one point to invade the Yerk. I think one of them got captured, actually.
Yeah, Cassie.
Yeah.
Or she didn't get, she purposely got captured.
Right.
To infiltrate. Because I remember there was like a scene where they have to like kneel down from the pond to let the fucking slugs out.
Oh.
And so she was like, oh shit, I don't have a slug in my actual head. So she like picked up a rock or something, like a pebble, and was like, boop. And then like pretended to freak out like all the other people did when they were free.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
God, it gives me chill. I mean, what a terrifying concept.
That you're just trapped in your own brain and your body. Yeah.
I mean, fucking kill me.
Like children's books.
Children's books!
For kids!
Yay! But it represented a really clear-cut moral dilemma.
Yeah.
Like kind of baby's first moral dilemma.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh man, how...
Because like, you know what the enemy is, but they've taken like the people that you love hostage, essentially.
I just remembered, there's a line from that first book that to this day I still think about when I think about just good writing. Mm-hmm. There's a line where Jake is describing his brother.
Yeah, because his brother is one of the controlled ones.
He's a controller. Mm-hmm. And his brother keeps trying to invite him to this like club.
Which, for anybody who is not familiar with Animorphs, let's pump the brakes here. The story is that you get these 5 young kids that are about middle school age. An alien ship crash lands on their planet where they are. They check it out. There's this fucking blue ass alien in there.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm an alien.
He's like dying, and he tells them there was a war going on. Like hey, by the way, there's aliens. So surprise.
Yeah. Life on other planets.
Yeah. Also, there's a war going on. There's a really bad species of them that's just fucking everything.
Yeah. And they're here already.
Yeah, and I have come here to stop them, and you guys, you 5 specifically, are the only ones that can do it. Touch this glowing box.
Put their hand on the fucking box.
So there's like this glowing box, and they all touch it, and he transfers his morphine powers that his species has.
Right.
And that's how they become the Animorphs. There's all these rules that go with it. We might touch on that later. But basically, the enemy aliens are called the Yerks, and they're essentially like slugs. Like, they're just big, fat slug aliens. But what makes them dangerous, they're like this, basically. But what makes them dangerous is that they get into creatures' heads and control them through their brains. And that's the story, and that's how they've managed to conquer planets, is because they infiltrate everything like a fucking virus.
Yeah, and of course...
So for anyone who hadn't read the books, it was like, the fuck are they talking about?
These idiots talking about? What are these ADHD assholes?
I'm so dumb.
Please, I'm so dumb. I'm so stupid. Yeah, and the thing that makes them really terrifying is that you are fully conscious of what's happening, but you have no control over your body. This shit just sinks into your brain, and they take control of everything. But
they have a 3-day time limit? Or a week-long time?
Something like that. It's something like every few days, they have to go back.
It's like a week, because the 3 days is... No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. They have a time limit. It's like 3 days or a week, and they have to go back to their shitty pond or whatever or they'll die.
Well, they have to absorb this radiation from their home planet. And that's their one main weakness, because in their physical form, they're actually extremely vulnerable.
Yeah.
So... That being said, so there's a scene where Jake, and he's fully aware of what's going on. They know they have to be careful about who they talk to and who knows what.
Yeah.
And Jake's brother is trying to convince him and his friends to come join, I don't remember what it's called, but it's some youth group, essentially.
Some club.
Some after-school club. And it's like, we go play volleyball, and we fucking make s'mores and shit. I don't know what kids do.
I don't
know. And there's a moment where Jake is aware that his brother is a controller, but he can't let him on, that he knows. So there's a moment where Jake is looking at his brother's face, and he sees this flash over his brother's face, where it's like almost like he's trying to shake his head, or just something is off, and he knows in that moment that his actual brother, is fighting with everything he has to try to take control back from the Yerk. And to warn Jake,
his little brother,
and it's just this moment where you're just I remember as a kid, it's one of those few moments where I was reading a book and my heart was pounding. So I'm just like, oh, it's so scary.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, they had the TV show, and
it was okay.
It was okay.
Boy, it sure was a very early live-action Nickelodeon show.
I mean, you know, they gave it the old college try.
Yep, with computer special effects from the early 2000s. You can imagine.
They only had...
Boy, you can imagine.
They had so many animals. They had just so many.
So many animals.
And by so many, I mean they had maybe a dog.
Boy, they sure had some green-screened animals.
I don't even think they had, like, the regular... Because every kid had their own, like... Had their battle morphs, which was like...
They kind of, like, you associated certain animals.
Right, like Jake became a tiger because he just was really comfortable in the tiger's body. He was Marco had the gorilla because there's something about the gorilla he just liked being in the gorilla body. And then there'd be other little fun things like Rachel, turns out she was allergic, quote unquote, to the crocodile morph, and her body rejected it.
She had a weird reaction to it in that form. And
you have to touch the animal in order to acquire its DNA. And the animal will go into kind of a fugue state for a minute, and a calming state. So even though these are like super dangerous animals,
obviously their like early ones were Jake's dog and shit like that.
Right, or the lizard that he found, because that's the front of the box. Is like, and front of the first cover, which I really like that they established that the animals, you're not just a man's brain or a person's brain in this animal's body.
Yeah.
It comes with all that baggage.
You're having to fight the animal instincts as well.
Like gorillas and tigers and stuff are pretty smart, so they could work with that brain pretty easily. But if you're something like a lizard, the lizard's looking for food and it's constantly panicking.
I think at one point in one of the books they had the hard line rule of like no insects, like no bugs. Yeah,
we're done with insects. Because they tried to do ants at one point.
I think it's the ants, and they're just like, no, we can't.
The ants almost they almost got overtaken.
Yeah.
Because before they did get overtaken, and then they were sent as like a part of a war party of ants to go kill other ants. Yeah. And then they were being ripped apart by these ants and stuff. It's just children's books.
Yeah, they suffer some intense injuries as animals.
I mean,
they get limbs ripped off because the whole thing is that like they can be completely mutilated as animals, but as long as they can morph back into a human, those injuries heal.
Right, because it's basically just a copy.
Yeah.
And I like that they also
it's like they get limbs ripped off, and it's still horrific because it's like they still feel it. It still happens.
It hurts.
It's just that when they morph back, like that arm just grows back. You know.
It's
just like, oh god, it's bad.
Well, you know what else is bad? It's time.
What else is bad?
Animorph toys! So, after we talked about, after we had our late night conversation about Animorphs, Matt made some choices. And I found a lot on eBay.
Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah. So, Hasbro, in the wake of the TV show, decided we're gonna make some Animorphs action figures.
Oh god. Oh, that like third face.
It's real.
You're not gonna be able to see it, but
well, we'll try to see if we can get some zoom-ins on this, but you guys can get a general idea of what these things look like.
Oh baby.
I might get up and hey, you want to see some real nightmare juices? The beetle. You want to look at the beetle, Rebekah?
How's your day going? Pretty bad, it seems. Huh?
I'm a beetle. That's how my day is going.
Oh, hachi machi. Oh, Tobias, they did you dirty. What the fuck?
Tobias,
Tobias was always one of my favorites.
Yeah, well, he was a character who...
Tobias and Rachel were, my two favorites in the books, I remember.
Yeah,
Tobias was just fucking tragic through and through.
Well,
every aspect of his story tragic.
Well, he was
tragic in the books, tragic in that prequel book, just... Kid had a bad time. Kid had a bad time.
Bad time. It's bad time. I was going to say, if you really want a bad time, look at Rachel's face here.
Yeah. I like her big meaty claws. Though.
Yeah. Well, what's weird? Okay, so I gotta talk about this a little bit from a toy design perspective.
Sure. Have at it.
So it's Hasbro.
I appreciate that it's held on by a magnet, but like not really.
Yeah, it's only kind of.
Not actually though, because it's not connected. It doesn't touch.
Oh, it's real bad. So anyway, you have Hasbro's, of course, known for Power. Well, they are known for Power Rangers now, but they were known for Transformers. That was their big. That's always been their big ticket item. So like My Little Pony and stuff. Mm-hmm. You're just really amused by that, aren't you?
It's just like. Hello. It's bad. How's your day going?
So
rough.
What they would do is they decided, well, we'll make some toys for this, and we want to have that functionality of like the kids turning into the animals.
The novelty of it.
The problem is that with Transformers, especially because this seems to take a lot from the Beast Wars Transformers toys, which is they weren't just cars and trucks and stuff that turned into robots. They were animals that turned into robots. Yes. Like fleshy, organic animals. They would open up and there was a robot inside.
Yeah. That's just none of this works.
So they tried to apply that logic to these children.
The problem is that, like, Transformers are built from the ground up as toys.
Yes.
So they can go ahead and oh Jesus.
What, did you find something new? Oh, you found the lion head.
Oh, I found the. Wow. Oh. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Oh. So, like, when they're designing Transformers, they have the space they can work with, and they can be like, it's going to be a car. What the fuck can we fit inside a car?
Mm-hmm.
This is like, you're working with preset animals, and you can't just fit, like, a lion into a 14-year-old girl. It doesn't really work that way.
Well, you can if you...
Don't!
Look at this action feature, though. Look. Sure
has some chompers.
Damn, Cassie.
Damn, Cassie! How does this work? Like, what? Where the fuck does this go?
Look at it. Give it to me. No, give it to me.
No!
I got a couple of them loose.
Keep talking about Animorphs.
Okay, so... Well, this one might be my favorite. It's actually Axe. Axe was their Andalite buddy who landed on Earth. Character. Yeah, he was pretty good.
He was an Andalite.
Yes.
Which, explain that.
Well, an Andalite, physically, they're actually a super advanced race, and physically, they look like centaurs.
Remember the blue alien that gave them powers?
Yeah. They look like four-legged centaurs with human torsos and human-looking torsos and bodies, and they have, like, 4 eyes and eye stalks that also have eyes on top. No, they just have the 2 eyes. Okay, they do have 4 eyes, which is the 2 on the front and the 2 on the stalks.
And, like, no mouth.
No mouth.
Weird little, like, slit nose.
They communicate telepathically.
Mm-hmm. And they eat through their feet.
Yeah. And they have scorpion tails. Little.
Yeah, because fuck you. That's nature's being like, fuck off.
Well, that's why I always thought that, like, the Andalites were actually, that was the result of genetic manipulation on their part.
Possibly.
But who knows? Because they created the morphing technology as a means of their own means of infiltration. It's actually spies, because in their natural forms they're actually amazing fighters. They're super agile.
They're like a warrior race or some shit like that?
They're a warrior race. They're like warrior scientist race.
I've just broken it, honestly. She's morphed!
Well,
into a monster!
So, Axe here. So, I want to show you something.
Go ahead.
So, there's Axe... Shit's
falling off. Oh,
yeah,
I'm supposed to do that. Okay.
So this was another solution they came up with, which is the animal... We don't actually have anywhere for the animal paws to go, so we're going to just...
Take them the fuck off.
Yeah.
Just take them
off and lose them, I guess. But look at this. Look at this. This is supposed to be Axe's human face, because he turns into a human morph at one point.
Damn, he's generic.
Well, he's a mix of them all. And then...
You say he's a mix of them all. He's just Jake with that other head.
But then you actually can turn him to a mid-morph.
Great.
Which is what they all have. They all have these weird mid-morph faces.
We all want.
And, like, look at Jake.
It's like it's very close to being clever, but like not quite there.
It's like I see what you're trying to do. Stop.
Stop it.
But Axe's
nobody appreciates this.
Axe's mid-morph face is his four-eyed alien face, but it's also kind of turning into a panther.
Great.
So, we've got Axe who turns into a oh god.
How do you keep his stupid whatever?
I was gonna say, don't.
Break your dumb toys.
Please don't. They are mine.
Uh-huh.
Oh, but look.
They are yours.
But watch. But look
you
at this.
You spent money on these?
Look at this though. Look. He's just gonna. And now he's a panther.
You know,
he's got a panther face.
You know what? It's better. It's better than the others.
His arms keep falling off.
Great.
So, anyway, okay. Jake and Cassie, those are the loose ones I got. I also got Marco, who's a gorilla, which I like that for a weapon, they gave him just this chain. Hey, is
there anything scarier than like an angry gorilla with a chain? No! No! That's a thing of my nightmares. I hate primates.
I love them.
I
like. Oh shit! I hit myself in the face. I
hate primates. So
I like gorillas a lot. That's because I'm a Kong fan. So.
I can appreciate them. I don't like them.
Well, what's really a nightmare is
primates, monkeys. Monkeys are worse.
Monkeys are pretty bad.
Like chimpanzees, the worst creatures.
They're pretty bad.
The worst.
Bonobos are great. They go around. They have sex to say hello.
Sure do.
What I really like though,
they're a reminder that we're related to them. And we're all monsters.
So this is what I really want you to appreciate though. So they had to find a place to put Marco's human face in this toy.
I appreciate Jake's weird crotch-tailed tiger butt thing. That's fun.
Look where
he has wings.
The top of Marco's head is just the gorilla's.
The gorilla's chest hair.
Hold on, I gotta show that. I gotta zoom in on this.
It's equal parts genius and stupid.
It's right there. Look at his dumb chest hair. It's also Marco's scalp.
God, it's that stupid level of genius.
Oh, it's like, man, these were almost great.
Almost.
If the basic core idea wasn't so inherently flawed.
Yeah.
This beetle one is actually somewhat sought after.
Interesting.
What's more sought after is apparently there's an alien action figure that's neither an Andalite or a human. It's a taxon. And it's an action figure in this line. And the taxons are an ally race of the Yeerks. They're horrible centipede monsters that eat they crave flesh.
Terrific.
Visser 3, who was the villain of the series, he was like one of the main bad guys. He was the main bad guy.
He has a taxon like.
Well, he's got a taxon. He gave the taxons the ability to morph. So they made a taxon action figure. And
I've made them all bad. That's what I've done. That's what I've done here tonight. You're welcome.
The taxon action figure, they couldn't figure out what this thing was going to turn into.
I appreciate these all came with a Yeerk that's like twice the size of the children. Just like
the size of my torso
for fucking scale. Like,
yeah, it just doesn't even. Oh man, we haven't even scratched the fucking surface.
Oh
guys.
good. Oh good. There's a worse wound under that. Huh?
Oh, the taxon action figure doesn't even transform into anything. It just turns into something worse.
Something worse.
It's just a bipedal monster at that point.
It's like half a child, half bare face. It's like a. It looks like a possum.
It looks like
that naked face of a possum, but with the horrible beady eyes.
Look these up on Google if you want to see like really good pictures of them.
Boy,
that taxon action figure. Do you know what it goes for on eBay right now?
What does it go for on eBay right now?
$250.
Is it worth it?
You tell me.
You tell me.
I'm not gonna lie and say that I
don't because no.
I'm not gonna lie and say that I didn't seriously consider. Well,
can you feel that disappointment?
Well, you know when you're in a cult and you feel like you've already.
Don't we all?
And you feel like you've already gone down a deep enough rabbit hole. So this is a Visser 3 action figure.
Right.
But it turns into a Hork-Bajir.
Terrific.
And by Hork-Bajir, I mean nothing.
No.
It's just a...
Nothing detailed in the books.
It's a pile of limbs. Like, it's got the 3 forearms on the back.
They were basically like, hey, this isn't a real animal, it's not in the show. Fuck it.
Well, even
Children won't know the difference.
It's like the claws are the claws are the claws.
Yeah.
But the Analite doesn't look anything like this.
Creative.
It doesn't even like... I so desperately want to talk to the people who designed these and had to work on them.
Just ask them why.
Well, yeah, well, no, I just want to pick their brain because,
why, Papa? Why have you done this?
I feel like this was a combination of someone who was trying very hard to work with a broken concept.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like...
Yeah, but, I mean, there are things in here that are like, that's clever. There's some things in here where it's like, that's like a stupid kind of genius, but... You know what? Yeah, they definitely were given an impossible mission.
Taking it out of the box.
All right.
Okay, so
Is all the writing on the back straight from the books and/or show?
I don't think so. I think it's all just...
Well, I feel like this little blurb is like what they would say at the beginning of the show every time.
Yeah, we call ourselves Animorphs. We can't tell you who we are or where we live. It's too risky. The Yeerks are among us. Their goal to enslave every human being on the planet. The 5 of us have been given the ability to change into any animal we touch. It isn't much, a small group of kids against an empire of alien slugs, but we may be Earth's only chance for survival.
I feel like every episode of Animorphs opened with that little...
The little nugget?
Yeah.
What is the purpose of the big red claw in the middle? Because I thought maybe it was like a... Oh. I'm gonna go get that so your dog doesn't eat it.
I feel like it's just a bad design in nature.
We have a show together.
We do.
I'm not even gonna bother trying to transform this thing because I've tried.
No.
Look, but look.
I'm looking.
Like. Look, it's just so. Here's his head. It's just got little.
Oh, good. So his head can walk.
It's got little.
I'm glad.
It's just like. All right. But the coup d'état. Wait. The piece of resistance is the Tri-Rex.
Great.
You ever wanted to mash 3 children into a dinosaur?
Oh boy, who hasn't? The American dream.
It's just, this was like a late...
Get a job, get married, move up in the world, mash 3 children into a T-Rex. Yes. You know.
Well, it's just, this fucking thing. I found this, I saw this at a con, and I remember, like, kind of agonizing over it, and then...
Maybe peeing a little bit.
I mean,
Oh shit, is that a KB Toy sticker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, damn.
KB Toys recommends Panasonic alkaline batteries.
Does this bitch take batteries?
Oh, yeah, it's electronic. It's not so much a roar as it is the screams of the damned.
Because of 3 children. Yeah. It's the 3 children, specifically.
But, like, sound. Yeah. Okay, so it's like... Okay, it says, listen up. We can't tell you more than this. The Yeerks are here. Nasty parasites that crawl into your ear and take control of your mind. Our ability to morph into any animal we touch is Earth's last hope against total enslavement. Now we found a creature so powerful it takes 3 of us to become one.
I love the, like, we can't tell you much, but here's the PowerPoint of all the important shit. Like,
yeah, we'll tell you our names.
Shouldn't this just be like a, we can't tell you much?
Just walk out of the room?
Yeah, because it's like, you just told us all the salient shit that could already get you in trouble.
We had to break into the we had to break into the Yeerks genetic experimentation lab to acquire it, but it was worth the danger. Each of us concentrates on a specific section of the giant T-Rex.
Cassie gets the butt. Cassie concentrates on the butt.
Then we use an advanced morphing technique to combine our efforts into one incredible change. Now, as a team, we're unstoppable. We are the prehistoric beast of the future. We are the Tri-Rex.
Prehistoric beast of the future.
Don't worry about it.
Fuck off.
It's... well, it's just so, like... It's just such a... Like, look at them. Oh, I'm going to open this thing. Do you have a knife? Because I haven't actually opened this yet. You have a bladed instrument? Wait, I have keys.
There's scissors over there.
Oh, there are.
Yeah.
Okay. I freed him from his bonds.
You have freed him.
Freed him!
Schmoopy.
You've got your baby, I've got mine.
My baby. My baby.
Quentin is just like, I'm tired.
I'm old.
Old man.
I don't see very good no more.
Oh, how old is he again?
He is 14.
Oh my.
Old baby.
Oh baby, he's got terminal baby disease.
Terminal baby.
Terminal.
It's true, your baby.
Mm-hmm. He's just like, I'm getting attention. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
The things I put up with for food. Oh my god. Okay, I got all the fucking twist ties. All right. I have our 3 child.
Great.
Meh.
Put the dumbass batteries in if you haven't already.
Oh shit! Where'd I put them?
I don't know.
Oh,
what have you done?
The tail is squishy.
Gross.
Why is the tail squishy?
Ew.
Ew.
I don't like it.
Hold on, I have to actually look at the instructions and figure out where the batteries go.
Great.
Because there's 3 children, it's got to go inside one of them.
Swear to God, if we need a screwdriver.
Probably.
Oh God, look at this horrible.
Oh, it's got like little.
Oh, that's bad.
It's bad. Oh, it goes in its back. Oh, we need a screwdriver. You have a screwdriver?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get Jacob to trim some of this down. Oh no!
Horrible.
Why does it have stomach feet?
Horrible.
Tummy foot.
Awful.
That's a degenerative disease.
That's just. Take your awful child.
Where's the screwdriver?
Oh, let me go get one.
Oh, what's in its mouth? Oh!
Look at its mouth! A child!
No! It has like mandibles! Why does it have mandibles? Okay, this is a mistake.
What, this or the whole video?
You decide.
You're the judge.
I can't. I think these children. Oh God.
Oh no! Just a torso and a head.
Look at Cassie's face.
Is that Cassie?
I think it's.
Or is that Marco?
No, it's Cassie because it has kind of boobs.
Are you sure? They all kind of have that weird lump body.
Well, it's the torso. It's not the torso. It's the butt. There's.
Oh, there's Marco. There's that awful child. He's no better looking.
I just want you guys to appreciate.
Boy, it's just a bunk bed of children inside that.
Look at it. Look at bunk bed. But the question is.
Look at this sin.
Where is Jake?
God only knows.
Because this front part comes off.
Uh-huh.
Uh-oh. I broke it. I didn't break it. I swear to God, if I break this thing, something might happen. Come back. Oh! He's got hands in his mouth.
Oh, good, great.
Look at
What's the point of the mandibles?
Look at the. Hi, I made you something.
So the point of the mandibles, then? The point of the mandibles?
None?
Cool.
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying my best, Rebekah. I could look at the instructions, but I'm not going to.
No, it's almost like it wasn't supposed to exist.
It's a nightmare.
It's almost like
okay.
It just shouldn't be.
There's it actually, I will say this, for like a combiner toy, it stays together surprisingly well. Like,
at least there's that.
Well, most combiners have that problem of not being able to. Yeah, they'll just kind of fall apart. Hi.
Hi.
Hello, child.
Children.
Oh, you can actually whip the tail. Whip my tail back and forth.
What do you mean?
Let me look at it. It just
it's got a mechanism in there. Huh?
No, you just do. That's how you do it.
Oh, is that it? Oh, you can whip the tail, but like not really. It's just like a thing.
Oh my God. Why is this so complicated? Oh, that's what. Okay, let me see it.
That's not a feature. It just has a rip. Oh God.
All right. Well, there's that now. There you go. Have fun. Happy Kwanzaa.
It's the most depressing ice cream cone.
Half a T-Rex. I'm
delicious.
trying. Oh, okay. Oh no, those are his feet. Little T-Rex arms are his feet.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That checks out.
Oh god. This is so awful. I love this so much though.
So do these two parts just pull apart?
I'm
like frightened to.
Don't break my toy.
I don't want to.
There we go. Look at that top part. It slides down, apparently. Or out and down?
I think...
Here, let's trade.
I feel like down, but I feel like Marco's stupid head is in the way.
Here, you figure out how to transform this child.
Great.
And I'll figure out how to...
Can do!
Yeah, I feel like Marco's head is in the way.
Yeah, his big stupid fucking head is in the way.
Oh, there's just enough space to slide it out, actually, but... Why is this so difficult? Why is everything I touch...
I don't know. How do you transform this horrid child?
Oh, I got it. There was just enough of a divot to get Marco's head out.
Stupid head.
Oh.
Stupid, awful head.
Is this one Marco? His scaly face? Oh, it's so bad.
It's gotta be Marco, because Cassie with the butt.
Okay, hold on.
Well, I guess no, she's the tail. I guess Marco's the butt.
Yeah, Cassie the tail, Marco's the legs.
Marco's the butt.
And the butt. Oh my god. I've seen fan art that somebody drew of this.
Terrific.
Of like, look at this! Look at him! He's transformed!
That's it!
This is a child.
Nailed it.
This is a child.
Look at his stupid, like, beetle back.
Oh my god. Arrgh.
Like he's just gonna curl up in that and roll away.
Okay, that's Marco. I'm just gonna make sure you guys can see that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Cassie. Cassie's got no torso.
Cassie, no.
Oh no. How does this work? How does any of this?
How does any?
Oh, there it is. Oh, she's got like abs. She's got like lizard abs.
Great.
Good.
Good.
This is what you came for here, right, people? Fuck Zelda.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do Animorph. We're gonna do weird '90s toys reviews. That's a thing that people haven't done yet, right?
Oh yeah. That's not on YouTube anywhere.
No, of course not.
No.
Oh, their clothes are all shredded too, and they've got like Animorph branded, like cardigans.
Love it. Cardigans.
I don't know. What the fuck? What even? Okay, these flaps here, they don't do anything. These just exist.
Yeah.
This is her arm.
That's just her arm.
This
now,
is just
I guess.
her now. This is
That's just it.
This is Cassie. Look at Cassie having a great time. Go to the dance with me, Jake.
You're having more luck with Cassie than I am with Jake here.
Let me take a look at. Oh, that's actually pretty accurate. You got it. No, you got it.
Oh, that's just it. Okay.
That's just what he looks with his weird, whatever the fuck this is.
His dumb T-Rex crotch torso. Like,
I'm gonna make sure you guys can see his
Really?
T-Rex crotch torso.
yeah, just really look at that. Great. Well, I think we've learned a lot here today.
Have we?
I don't really know what it is,
It's something.
and I think maybe we shouldn't hang out for a while.
Sorry, I don't want to wake up your
I
neighbor.
do have neighbors. Oh, baby.
Bye.